Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where I believe that the bug may be over. We haven't experienced it in a while, but it may be too early to say that. We will find out. Now, we have reinforcements that I ordered to head up over this direction at the very end of last episode. They're headed up here to help out over this way because these guys, they're coming up over here and this is potentially a little bit spooky, especially since they're levy forces. These guys are sieging here. There are very few rebellions that we have at this time. However, we do need a title here, and we do have a couple of scorned families, so let's put a scorned family member in here. And once this war is over, if we have indeed stopped having the bug, I will switch out of debug mode. Hopefully that's the case. That would be ideal. So we're going to fight these guys here. That's wonderful. And as soon as we're done with that, we're going to go fight these guys, which will be absolutely perfect. We lost the siege out over here. I do not care. That is fine. Completely and totally okay. So we're winning this battle here, although I don't think we necessarily would have won it if these guys had come in. So there's that. Let's make our way back over this way for now. And we just want to make sure that this is fully under control here. So we need to let these auto cap. And then we should be able to get Arabia Relicta out of this war, which would be glorious. So we won this battle here, which was expected, and we're going to move up here. There we go. That's a stack way. I'm going to take these guys off of Force March, and they should come in and start sieging here. Okay, so that looks good for now. We do have a civil war potentially brewing. We'll be a little more concerned about that shortly, but we should at this point... Okay, we're just waiting on this. Gotcha. I want these guys to just stay here. I don't want to fight this. We're going to cap here first, and now we should be able to knock Arabia Relicta out of the war. Beautiful. So that's under control now. And then there were three. So we've got these guys down here, which we're actively sieging. We've got these guys up here, which we're actively sieging. Now, they have a bunch of forces on the way up over here. I don't think they have the morale to do this, though. They have the numbers, but I don't think they have the morale. So that seems fine. We do have this force on the way in. I want them to come reinforce up over here. So that'll be great. There are some provinces that might end up rebelling. The most soon one would be Sophine. Where is that? That's not coming up in that list. So Sophine is right up over here. Okay, I want to put in a governor here, and that should be a scorned family member. So that would be like this guy. And we are on... Yeah, that looks good. We should probably put in governors where we can. In most places, we should be able to put in governors now, and that will help matters. So I'm looking for a scorned family member like this guy. No more scorned families. So now we can just go down the list and choose the guy with the highest stats. Perfect. So we need to get these governors in here. That's been needed for a while, but most of these locations have been occupied. Yeah, see, like this. We need to control the province, but that's not the case for most of these anymore. So that is phenomenal. So this siege is proceeding. That looks okay. And to be honest, these guys don't need to be up here anymore. So let's move them back down this direction for now. Let's check in on our culture. Look at that. No cultures integrating. You'll note that I didn't turn instant assimilate back on. If this is not happening, then we don't need to instant assimilate. So we will be happy to not have them instant assimilate in that case. So we're continuing to fight here, and this siege is proceeding. Exemplary use of terrain. Okay, excellent. And reinforcements are coming in up over this way. So this siege should end fairly shortly, in theory. And let's see what's going on down here. I'm a little concerned about this force coming in and attacking us after a couple more attrition ticks, which is actually why I'm going to bring these guys all the way down to here instead of getting them off here. So that'll be okay. We're going to sail them right on down. I would like this navy to go to port for right now. That'll be okay. These are moving at this point. We won the siege here. So these guys, they're going to come down over here. We can't go up this way because of the fort here. So we have to wait on that. So this force is going to come down to here. So that seems fine. We lost this siege, which is, of course, not ideal. Oh, they're walking northward. That's good. That's really, really good. Do we care about this guy's loyalty? If we lose 20, we do. But not if we don't. I would like to have that discipline. That would be fantastic. But alas, that's not going to be a thing. Okay, so at this time, we just won this siege. I'm going to bring these guys up over here. These guys I'm going to disembark here. This is going to be pieced out momentarily. I don't know if we can actually take this territory, though. We do have neighboring territory. No, we don't. We don't have neighboring territory here. So we can't take this because it's not adjacent. We have to make them a client state. Not ideal, but it will do. And then there were 2. So next up, we've got Heraclea Pontiki. Note that there's no more any rebellions showing up here. That's phenomenal. So we need to get this under control. That actually is controlled by us. So in that case, I'm going to bring this fleet up, and we will see if they arrive here in time to transport us like this before this siege ends or not. Look at how much attrition has been taken by this army. That's really funny. Okay. They've lost like 50k troops here. I'm going to move these guys out over here, because I'm a little concerned about this force, actually. They're splitting up somewhat, which is good. No doubt about it. Okay, we had a month tick. I want to check in here. Yeah, that looks fantastic. So I really want this siege to end, and I really want to make our way up past here. Okay, they are walking into us here. Let's let them fight us. We have reinforcements right here. This is ideal. Absolutely ideal here. So, Tinos, I'm wondering right now, if we sue directly for them, we don't control Bithynia Inferioris. Karya Hadasha. Hang on, that was a Q, wasn't it? Karya Hadasha is this up over here. Yeah. Okay. So that's the only location we don't control once we have this under control. Looks good. So these guys have stopped taking quite so extreme of attrition, and that's absolutely fine. 100% fine for right now. There's our navy showing up. We're going to win this battle here. And I'm hoping that the siege ends. In fact, it did. So we're going to send our mercenaries up over here to continue this siege. Or rather, begin that siege. That definitely needs to happen. 3 stability from Untiring Devotion. Wonderful. And I want to chase these guys. I absolutely want to chase them. I'm not sure where exactly they're going. They're actually coming this way? Okay. Now they're coming out over here. Let's see if we can find where they're going. Right here? Perfect. I want to fight them again. So they're at low morale, and our mercenaries are currently sieging up over here. We're going to be out of this war very shortly. Yes, we can be friends with Eastern Desert. That's fine. We're going to need to integrate so many of these. So I don't know what nation it was that was causing this, but whoever it was, we pieced them out. My current theory is Laconia. So we're going to come up over here and catch them again. This is likely a stack wipe. Yeah, that's a stack wipe. Beautiful. So now I'd like to come up over here and just reinforce this siege. There we go. So at long last, we are nearly done here. There's only 2 rebelling provinces. And we just need this 1 siege. This is the only thing that we need. They just hired mercs here. I'm going to send our mercs down over this way, while our non-mercs are going to hang out up here. So we're at 21% on that siege. We're going to need to make sure that these guys are out of here. We just won this siege, so let's come in and fight here. Beautiful. This is probably the last battle of this rebellion. It's been so long. Remember, 1 November 920. It's been 36 years of this. 36 years. And then we're going to need to do some integration, and we've just got a lot of back-end work that we're going to have to do here. Like, a ridiculous amount of it. So at this point, let's see if we can piece out Heracul... Ooh, we can't actually take all of that. I wonder if we could do this. That's 101. So we're going to have to do this. They're a client state now. That's understood. And now all that's left is Tinos. And we can take Evia. Done. But this has to go to Macedon because we made that change because of the bug. Right. Okay. So if we do that, we are now officially at peace. But we need to go to Macedon, and we need to change Evia to Macedon, because we're not supposed to control that at this point. So, sell provinces. This is quite a list. I would like it to be... Where's Evia in this list? It's in here somewhere, for sure. That's Canaan, Greece. Province of Evia. Sell 1 province for 0, because they're supposed to have this. They should accept that. Yes. That should now be controlled by Macedon. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Okay. So with that done, everything should be largely where it's supposed to be. I'm going to take our political power, which according to my notes is supposed to be 50. So I'm going to say, what's the code for this again? Political _ power, I believe. Minus 310? No. Power minus 310. I've forgotten the code. Perfect. Is it just PP minus 310? No. I have to look it up. That's unfortunate. Let's see here. Imperator console commands. What do we got here? Control F, political power. It's political _ influence. Okay. Political _ influence. Minus 310. That will put us at the amount of political power that we're supposed to be at right now. That's our real political power. Now, we're going to want to disband our levies, which apparently are not raised. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay. Well, there's this levy force here that we're just going to have to disband. That's going to restore some manpower, apparently. Okay, so we'll do that. And then we've got this levy down here. We're going to have to do this as well. That's going to reclaim a bunch of manpower, I guess. Sure. So those are all levies. This is a levy here. This is a merc force that we're going to get rid of. This is a merc force. This is a levy. And then we've got a couple of units of army, but they're basically non-existent. Let's bring them all the way home. Okay. So now, like I said, we have a lot of back-end work that we need to do here. So I'm going to put this guy in as a governor. We're going to need a navy leader, but that's not that big of a deal. I want to bring our navies back to port because we're finally at peace. It's been so long. And yeah, we've got a few client states. I say a few. We've got a lot of client states, and we need to get these integrated. No doubt about that. That needs to be our top priority. We've also got some areas that we're going to have to reconquer. We're going to have to rebuild our armies, and we're going to have to let our war exhaustion drop, right? So that's absolutely going to be the case. We're going to need to tick this forward and let that update. But for the moment, what I want to do is I want to... And yeah, we've got all these disloyal provinces here. We can move this over to let's see, that can be harsh treatment, so that's currently positive. This is positive, positive, positive. Caucasian Iberia is negative at this moment, so I'm going to move that to harsh treatment. Okay, this can go to harsh treatment to be positive for the moment. What else do we have? We've got Persia down over here. This can go to harsh treatment for now. Okay, and then one here. That can go to harsh treatment. Because we don't want to have to deal with any additional rebellions for a while, right? So we can definitely do harsh treatment in some of these. This will at least delay it. Artshock is potentially going to rebel no matter what. But that might change as our war exhaustion drops, so that would be great. So Kamasin is the next location. This can go to harsh treatment. Then we've got Gedrosia, harsh treatment. Media, this can go to harsh treatment. Mysia Inferioris is already on harsh treatment, so that's noted. This can absolutely go to harsh treatment. So that is there. This is positive, 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 positive. This one's negative for the time being, so we can move that to harsh treatment. There we go. And Frisia Ulterioris to harsh treatment. Okay, so that is going to cost us some of our political influence. That's understood, and that's absolutely fine for right now. So next what we need to do is we need to start going through some of these, right? So we have too many diplomatic relations, and we need to start going through them. So we've got, say, these guys here, but I'm wondering, is there any way where we can see, like, a list of our subjects? Probably under, like, the diplomacy map mode? Subjects. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for here. So at this point, we've got Samaria here, and we're going to need to improve opinion. We're going to need to improve opinion with, like, every single one of these, right? So that's all going to be a huge deal. We're going to need to do a lot of work on that. So we would go into here, and I wish there was a button that we could press here to improve relations. Show national interactions. Increase integration speed. Interesting. That costs political influence. Okay. Well, that's not actually giving us what we want. What I actually want here is to go through every single one of these and improve relations with them. So we're going to have to do it like this then. So Media Magna, so improve opinion. There we go. I'm just going to have the enter key ready for this. So we're going to be improving opinion with every single one of these, right? And there's a lot of them. So this is going to cost a fair amount of gold, but that's going to need to happen. And then we've got Ammon over here. There we go. Western Delta. And then we can do something like this. So Gore would be next. And this resets it. Okay. That's going to be a little awkward then. So Tazor, Philistia. Okay. Laconia. Ionia would be next. There we go. And then we would need to do Call. This is going to be very tedious. Okay. Central Delta. That's fine. Eastern Desert would be next. And then these guys. Arshamashat is the name. Excellent. So that's fine. Crete would be next. And then we would go for Babylonia. Excellent. And then Baal. There we go. And then Zood. And Bouchard. And then Sid. All of these, we need to get these up, right? So that's going to be very, very significant. Every single one of these, we need to improve opinion by a lot. And we can definitely do that. So Hebrew Dur, we are already working on. That's fine. Next would be Mios Hormos. Looks good. And then, where are we? Sesamos. Cool. Then we would do Faces. Because now we need to put our empire back together. Now that the wars are over, we need to put this back together. So that was Marat, and next would be Parthia. There we go. And then Karabshar. Next would be Sonata. Cool. And then Hebrew Dur, which we know that's not correct. Iris Superioris would be next. Wonderful. The Melitine. Okay, that looks good. And Armenian Gumbadi. There we go. And then the next one would be Kataba. There's so many of these. Okay, after Kataba would be Tanesis. So we'll improve opinions there. And there's a few of them that we were forced to grant independence to. We will have to go back and conquer them. But we're not in a position where we can do that at this exact moment. So that's fine. We got a loot done there, yes. Okay. So next would be Arabia ad Sinus, which we're now on the bottom of the page here, so that'll speed things up. Pap is now done. Okay. And then we need Mothis. Looks good. Hebrew Alexandria. That's fine. Debozen. Wonderful. Kamuzia. And Heraklia Pontiki, which is already en route. Okay, so that looks good. We're going to raise most of those up high enough, and that will be wonderful. So now what I want to do is I want to go in here. Unfortunately, we can't see on this screen. That's really sad. We can't see on this screen that their opinion. That's very, very sad. Alas. Okay, so we're still in debug mode for now, and I think we'll stay in debug mode throughout the rest of this episode, but I'll switch it over going into next episode, is the way that that's going to work. Since I have to restart the game anyway, that'll be fine. So we can have this guy flogged. That's okay. Wonderful. So overall, that was buggy, no doubt about it, but we managed to get there in the end. So if we looked at, say, Pap here, we can see that they're currently at 35 opinion of us. Okay. So what we kind of need to do now is we need to go through every single one of these and see if any of them are high enough in the opinion to start integration. But I don't think that they are. All of them should be at roughly the same opinion level, which is currently about 37. But that improved relations is going to eventually fix that, but it's going to take a long time. So we should probably build mines and farming settlements where we can, which this is going to be pretty significant. We're going to need a lot of these. Okay, so we can do something along the lines of this, right? So all of this needs to be built back up because this got deleted as they rebelled. And we're going to need to do a lot of city work again, too. That's going to be a significant problem. But for the time being, this is fine, and we're getting these guys moved back. We've only got the 2 legions right now, so that's fine. We'll be able to levy more, but for the time being, it's going to take a while before we're really ready to get back into fighting shape. So that's understood. We're going to get all of these constructions going and improving relations with all of our client states, of which there are a great deal. There's many, many client states, and that's understood. It's going to take some time to get them up to scratch here. So these guys, they're at plus 24. These are at 41. We're going to take some time for them to get up to the point where they are ready to be integrated. And then the integration is going to take some time as well. So we're going to be very, very political influence starved going forward here. And that's understood. I want these guys to hop over here, and then you to hop, like, here for right now. We don't have any leadership on these armies. We're just letting them reinforce with our manpower for now, and we're going to be banking manpower. So that's understood for the moment, but we're going to need to continue to build some of these farming settlements as the money rolls in. There are several of these. That's going to take a little while to get that all finished up. But we can get 1 or 2 of them built a month, and that seems fine. So it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to start working on getting all of these vassals reintegrated and figuring out who we need to still fight. But for now, our biggest goal is going to be to drop our war exhaustion. That is 100% what we need to do at this time. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Andy McGard, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge SDL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.